Hey everybody, what's going on? Brian Skeel here, composer and sound designer, and I've got some great videos I'm working on for everybody. A lot of stuff is going to be diving into some of my composition techniques. Someone's going to be my sound design stuff, but for right now, what I'm doing is I'm going through some of my older archived videos, revamping them, and then putting them on this YouTube channel so that you can check them out. They are featured on older YouTube channels that I have since got away from, so this is the whole point of me putting them together for you. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is using randomization as a source of inspiration, and I'll be using Ultraloop from Twisted Tools. If you don't have that yet, or any of their other ensembles or sound packs, go to twistedtools.com and check them out. I'm not sponsored by them in any sort of way, but holy cow, do I love their stuff. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe so that you can see the videos that I'm working on when they come out. And until then, here is an older video in which I create some weird sounds, throw them in a randomizer, and somehow come up with some music. Enjoy. Hey everybody, Brian Skeel here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about inspiration and writer's block. So I've been struggling with writer's block, and I decided that I would just get in and play until I found something cool. And very often I rely on randomization. I have tools that help me to randomize or to generate sound for me. I don't mean necessarily going in and creating presets, but I have things that will shift things as I am playing and will allow me to explore new sonic areas that I hadn't before. So what I did today was just come up with a bunch of loops. Pulled up a bunch of virtual instruments that I really enjoy playing with, and I just created sounds and created loops. The thought was that when I was finished, I would throw it in a randomizer and let this randomizer determine what loops would play and at what time. So I'm going to show you a couple of the loops that I did today. So this is a pretty typical growly FM8 kind of sound. I created an arpeggio in Reaktor and then threw it through a amp sim by Joey Sturgis Tones. Here's what that sounds like. I also opened up Reaktor and messed with the blocks and messed with FM synthesis and created some really nonsensical sounding stuff. One of the first ones I did was just massive, a ton of distortion, and just a really, really cool riff. Cool, so there's that one, and the last one I'll show you is just a Reese bass, and I modulated the cutoff as I was playing it. So if I was to play all this together, none of it would make any sense, and that's okay because that wasn't really the point. The point was to create a bunch of sounds, a bunch of loops, and then throw them in a randomizer and let the randomizer decide how they were going to play back. So that's exactly what I did. I bounced all these down and then threw them into a really cool Reaktor ensemble called Ultraloop. This is by a development team called Twisted Tools, and they make such amazing ensembles. They have amazing sample packs, and if you're short on inspiration, this is a great set of software to get. So basically what Ultraloop is you get to decide what loops play at what time. So let me explain. So down here, I went and I loaded up my 15 loops, and then up here, I get to tell it what loops I want to play. Very, very basic parameters. Or I can just hit the random button. And then up here, these different blocks determine which of these loops are playing and at what time. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna bypass this compressor. And I have a C4 going, which is basically just helping with the random frequencies. Since I have so many different sounds, this is helping keeping things under control. But let's go back into Reaktor. We're going to hit random, and let's see what things sound like. Here we go. Yep. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I could do this for hours, and I could, tweak things, and I could add effects and create automation with all these blocks. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to let this loop work. Now, I also, in addition to the kick, the snare, and this loop, I took the kick and I sidechained it to a compressor with Ultraloop. So this is what that sounds like. Just create more movement and have it a little bit more fun. So let's go ahead and listen to this Ultraloop with the rest of this loop. Here we go. Check it out. And really, this is just to illustrate to you that you can be completely blocked off from inspiration. You can have the worst writer's block you've ever had. But if you have a great set of tools and determination, then you can come up with something really, really cool. Check out the Twisted Tools software. I think it's twistedtools.com. This is Ultraloop, one of their Reaktor ensembles. You have to have Native Instruments Reaktor. I think it's 5.5 or above for all this stuff to work. I'm using Reaktor 6, so we're good. But these are some really great tools you can utilize if you're short on inspiration, if you have the writer's block that I've been dealing with. If you liked this video, please subscribe and let me know in the comments if you like this. I plan on doing a bunch of tutorials like this, so I'd love to know what you find interesting. Everybody, happy sound making and have a great day.